What if your hardest season isn't here to stop you, but it's here to shape you? What if the confusion, what if the delays, what if the people leaving out of your life and that feeling that nothing is working aren't random at all? Maybe you're standing in the one season that almost everyone wants to escape without even realizing it. It could be preparing you for everything that you have asked for. Now, your biggest blessing, it doesn't look like a blessing at first. Now, right now, nothing is working the way you expected it to, is it? Sometimes your old path has to stop making sense before a new one begins. That's why this is happening. Okay. Now, another thing that you're probably experiencing right now, you're questioning everything that you have been working towards. You're starting to question everything. And the reason why this is happening is because growth, it often begins by challenging your certainty. Okay, certainty is one of those things that holds so many people back because they want to be certain that it's going to work. They want to be certain that they're finally going to see some success. So certainty will be exposed on your journey. Okay, now your biggest blessing, it doesn't always look like a blessing at first. Now, the people you expected to stay are quietly disappearing. They're quietly pulling away. That's because not every relationship follows you into every season. And a lot of the times, people were only meant to be there for just a season. Okay. Now, your biggest blessing, it doesn't always look like a blessing at first. Okay. Every plan, it seems to fall apart at the last minute, doesn't it? Sometimes a different direction only becomes visible after the first one closes. So I'm telling you, if the plans would have went through, you would have missed this opportunity. All right. So I'm telling you, when things happen like that, just have your eyes open, have your awareness expanded, because there is another opportunity that is about to present itself. Okay. Now, your biggest blessing, it doesn't always look like a blessing at first. Now, you're probably experiencing this right now. You feel like you're waiting, but you don't know what you're waiting for, do you? See, some seasons are about becoming ready, not about moving faster. Okay, you just have to stay ready. If you have a feeling that something is about to happen, but you really don't know what it is, just keep broadcasting that signal. I am ready. I am ready for the blessing. I'm ready for it right now. Okay. Now, your biggest blessing, it doesn't always look like a blessing at first. Okay. Right now, you're losing interest in life. Okay, right now you're losing interest in things that you used to chase. That's what I mean, okay? See, your priorities may be changing before your circumstances do. All right, so that's why the things that you used to want so bad, you were so passionate about, maybe it was a job, whatever it was, now it's like you don't feel that excitement anymore. You're not chasing it anymore. Okay, that's because you're already being redirected towards something bigger, something better. Okay, now your biggest blessing, it doesn't always feel or look like a blessing at first. Okay, the things that once excited you, now it suddenly just feels, I would say, empty. Okay, what fulfilled you before may no longer fit who you are becoming. And a lot of the times, you know, you may have been excited about things in your past. The universe will show you you are no longer aligned with this. Okay. And you'll feel it. Okay. You won't be passionate about it anymore. You won't feel like it's something that you really, really want in the future. Okay. Because I'm telling you, you are connected with your future wealthy version of yourself. So you're starting to have different feelings about different things. Okay. Now, your biggest blessing doesn't always look like a blessing at first. Okay. Now, you keep feeling like something bigger is happening behind the scenes, don't you? You can feel it. It's almost like a knowing. This is because your perspective is beginning to shift. Even if there is no evidence, even if you don't see any obvious evidence yet, you just feel it. You know something is about to happen, don't you? I'm telling you, that's a powerful sign. All right. Now, your biggest blessing, it doesn't always look like a blessing at first. Okay. Nothing around you feels familiar anymore, doesn't it? Everything feels different. Environments, people, even family, friends, everything just feels different, doesn't it? I'm telling you, sometimes, I'm telling you, personal change makes the familiar feel different. This is because you are changing inside. The more you change, everything in the outer world will start to feel just foreign. Okay, it will start to feel different. It will start to feel misaligned if it is not meant for you to take into this next chapter that you are about to step into. Okay, now your biggest blessing doesn't always look like a blessing at first. Okay, you're being forced to slow down right now. You're being forced to slow down. Slowing down can reveal things then that constant motion hides. Okay, when you're constantly racing for something, when you constantly want something, the universe will slow you down for a minute. There's still going to be progress. There's still going to be things moving behind the scenes, but it's not going to be moving in the same pace that it was before. Okay, continue to believe, continue to have faith, continue to take inspired action anyway without the evidence. All right, now your biggest blessing doesn't always look like a blessing at first. Okay, you're carrying questions that nobody can answer for you right now. I'm telling you, it's like some answers, they only become clear through experience. So the universe will put you through different experiences and different situations that will answer questions that nobody else can answer. Okay, experience. All right, now your biggest blessing doesn't always look like a blessing at first. You feel disconnected from the person that you used to be, don't you? You look back at the things that you used to like. You look back at the things that you used to do, and you're like, man, why did I used to do that? Why did I hang around those people? Why did I go around those particular places? I'm telling you, personal growth often begins before a new identity feels comfortable. You're becoming a different person. You are starting to develop a different identity. And when it comes to wealth, wealth follows identity. Love follows identity. Peace follows identity. Prosperity follows identity. Who you are becoming right now is what you are attracting right now. Okay? Now, I'm telling you, your biggest blessing doesn't always look like a blessing at first. You're starting to trust your instincts more than outside opinions, aren't you? Confidence, it sometimes grows quietly. So you're trusting that inner voice. You're trusting yourself more than just getting advice from someone that you have probably already always have gotten advice from. This can be a family member you used to go to particular people and say, what should I do in this situation? What should I be doing? Right now, you're trusting yourself. You're trusting your own instincts. You're trusting who you are becoming right now. That's a powerful sign. Okay. Trust. You're also trusting in a divine time. You're trusting in a divine orchestration right now, aren't you? I'm telling you. Now, your biggest blessing, it doesn't always look like a blessing at first. The future keeps pulling your attention away from the present, doesn't it? Your imagination, it may be exploring possibilities that you had never ever considered before. So you see yourself being wealthy. You see yourself having all the things that you desire. You see yourself even winning the lottery. And this is where your mind is always. This is where your imagination is always exploring. Just thinking about possibility, thinking about things that you are aligning yourself with right now. I'm telling you, and everything that you're doing in the present moment right now, all the inspired action that you're taking right now in the present moment is shaping that future. Okay, your mindset, your thoughts, just where your attention is, everything is shaping the outcome of that future. All right. Now, your biggest blessing doesn't always look like a blessing at first. You're letting go of things without fully understanding right now, aren't you? Got bugs crawling on me and stuff. You're letting go of things that without fully understanding why right now. Okay. Sometimes people release old habits before understanding what's coming next, because when things are no longer aligned with you, it's like they just start leaving out of your life and you don't question it. You don't care. This can be a relationship. This can be people. This can be certain things that you wanted to hold on to for the rest of your life. All of a sudden, you're letting things go, right? Without even worrying about it. You know, it's just happening effortlessly right now. And like I said before, identity, your identity is changing right now. You're becoming the version of yourself that can handle wealth, that can sustain wealth, that can handle the desires that you ask the universe for. Okay, I'm telling you, this is exactly what's happening for you right now. Now, your biggest blessing doesn't always look like a blessing at first. You're becoming uncomfortable with staying the same, aren't you? It's like change. It often begins as just something that just comes naturally, okay? As all the resistance that starts to kick in, all of the different tests that starts to kick in, you already know that you're being shaped to become a different version, and you don't want to stay the same. You don't want to do the same things. Regular routines are just making you bored. You may be at a job right now and you're tired of that job. Okay. I'm telling you, you were meant for expansion. You were meant for big blessings. What you see in your imagination right now is aligning up with you. That's why certain things in your life just don't align. They don't feel right anymore. You're just bored with certain things, okay? Now, your biggest blessing doesn't always feel like a blessing at first, does it? It's like you keep feeling like you're standing between two different lives right now. Transitions can feel uncertain before they feel exciting. Right now you're in the in-between space, okay? You're becoming the new version of yourself, the wealthy version of yourself, but at the same time, you're still trying to cling on to who you used to be, okay? And that middle space where you're at right now can feel uncertain. It can feel uncomfortable. Okay, but I'm telling you, as long as you continue to stay focused and continue to move in that direction, that old version of yourself is going to fade away more and more. Okay, the habits, everything. Okay, now your biggest blessing doesn't always feel like a blessing at first. You're noticing opportunities you would have ignored years ago. You're seeing opportunities right now. Your perspective, it influences what stands out to you. Okay. I'm telling you, the more you change, the more you will start to notice things that you wouldn't have noticed before. Okay. And the universe will put you in situations where you're like, man, I didn't know that opportunity was there, man. That's a multi-million-dollar opportunity right there. It's like you see it now. You see it clearly right now, don't you? And you're ready to step out your comfort zone. You're ready to take inspired action right now. I'm telling you, opportunities will start to present themselves, okay? Now, your biggest blessing doesn't always feel like a blessing at first, okay? You're no longer chasing approval the way that you used to. Your source of confidence may be changing when this happens. You don't need anyone's approval. You don't need anyone's validation. You don't care what anybody's opinion is. Right now, you're just moving. You're trusting. You're believing. You know that things are about to happen. You know that you're working in that direction. You know that things are transpiring right now, don't you? Pay attention to that feeling. Okay, because that is your attention, that's your imagination on the life and the things that you desire. That's the things that are manifesting in your life right now. Okay, now your biggest blessing, it doesn't always look like a blessing at first. Deep down, you know something is changing, don't you? You know something is changing inside you also. Sometimes the inner change is the easier feeling to explain. It's easier to feel it than to explain it, because you're not going to be able to explain what's going on in your inner world. But it is, people are noticing it. People are seeing it. They're sensing it, because the more you change, the more your outer world will start to respond. And people, they're going to respond. You're going to feel it. You're going to see it in certain people. Okay. They're going to just act different towards you. They're going to say different things towards you. They're going to treat you a different kind of way. Sometimes you're going to come across haters. Sometimes you're going to come across supporters. Sometimes you're just going to come across curious people. Okay. Pay attention to people, because people is the biggest sign that everything in your outer world is changing. I'm telling you, when the universe starts reflecting things in your outer world, that means your inner world is changing. Okay. Now, your biggest blessing, it doesn't always look like a blessing at first, okay? You keep feeling like you're supposed to let go of something right now. Like you just feel like you're just supposed to let something go. I don't know if this is a relationship. I don't know if this is a job. I don't know if this is a friendship. I don't know if this is certain things in your life, certain habits, or what it is, okay? You don't know why. You don't know why you have to let go of something, but you don't, like I said, you don't know what it is yet. Sometimes clarity comes after the release, not before it. Okay, so if there's something in your life right now, you know what it is. If you feel like you have to let something go right now, I'm telling you, it's time. Okay, let it go. Let it happen just naturally. Okay, without any type of confusion, without any chaos. Just let it happen. Okay, let the misalignment happen. All right. Now, your biggest blessing doesn't always look like a blessing at first. Nothing feels completely wrong, but nothing feels completely right either right now. I'm telling you, this is this in-between phase. You're standing in between the life you're leaving and the one you're growing into right now. Okay, that's why it feels different. That's why reality feels different right now. That's why things are just appearing just off right now in your life. Okay, you're in that in-between phase. All right, now your biggest blessing doesn't always look like a blessing at first. You keep outgrowing things that used to make you happy, right? You're outgrowing things right now. Sometimes your inner world changes before your outer world does, okay? And things that you used to probably didn't make you happy before, now it's making you happy now. Like just being by yourself, just being in peace by yourself, isolation. These are the kind of things that's making you happy, okay? Meditating, working out, eating right. Your habits are changing. When your habits starts to change, reality starts to change with it, okay? It's like right now, you're just finding happiness in different things that you used to didn't feel it before, okay? Now, your biggest blessing doesn't always look like a blessing at first, okay? Every time you try to go back to your old life, it feels different, doesn't it? This can be people, this can be places, whatever it is. When you try to go back, something feels off, doesn't it? That's because growth has a way of changing what once felt familiar, okay? It's like you'll go somewhere and it just feels unfamiliar. And you really can't explain it. You don't know what it is. You're just like, man, I've been to this place like 100 times. I've hang around these people like 100 times, but something feels off right now. The universe will always show you growth, okay? That is just you becoming another version of yourself. That is growth, all right? Now, your biggest blessing doesn't always look like a blessing at first. You feel like you're carrying a secret that you can't explain to anyone, right? Some experiences are deeply personal before they ever make sense. And I'm telling you, what's going on in your life right now, this is for you. Okay, this is your journey. No one is going to understand your journey. That's why you can't talk about it to anybody. That's why you can't tell people, look what I saw today, or this is what I'm experiencing right now. You know, I'm feeling like this. Right now, it's like you're just moving in silence, right? And when you do have a conversation with somebody, you like to have deep conversations. You don't want to talk about surface level stuff anymore. You want to talk about spirituality. You want to talk about manifestation. You want to talk about abundance. You just want to talk about things like that on a deep level. The universe, the stars, planets, things like that, okay? Your mind is in a whole different place right now. That's because your mindset is different, all right? Now, your biggest blessing doesn't always look like a blessing at first, okay? You keep feeling like you're almost there, but you can't explain where there is, okay? Your vision often arrives before your destination. You feel it. You feel like, man, I'm almost there. I know it's going to happen. But where is there? You know, you just know it. Trust that feeling. Trust your intuition. Trust your higher self, because your higher self can see the timeline and the life that you are about to step into, okay? Trust your intuition. Trust the signs, okay? Now, your biggest blessing doesn't always look like a blessing at first. Something inside you keeps saying, don't give up yet. You're hearing it right now. You hear a voice saying, it's about to happen. I'm telling you, when it comes to hope, hope sometimes grows strongest during uncertainty. Without you knowing what's about to happen, without you being uncertain, that's where your faith really grows, okay? That's where you become a different version of yourself. You become a very, very patient version of yourself. You become a prepared version of yourself when you're just trusting in a time when when you're not certain, okay? When it's uncertainty, okay? Now, your biggest blessing doesn't always look like a blessing at first. It's like the life you're living right now, it just feels temporary, doesn't it? Even though nothing has changed yet in the outer world, your perspective may be changing before your circumstances do. Okay, I'm telling you, pay attention to that. When your perspective changes on things, when you're just looking at things that you didn't look at the same way before, things are changing. Okay, that's the outer world reflecting back to you. You're changing in your inner world. Okay, because I'm telling you, once you change your inner world, the universe will reflect things in the outer world that reveals your growth, that reveals change, okay? Telling you. Now, your biggest blessing, it doesn't always look like a blessing at first. You can't stop thinking about your future that you're building right now. Your attention, it naturally follows what matters most to you, okay? And what you keep your attention on, that is what's actually growing. That's the reality that you're creating right now, okay? Trusting and knowing that you're focused on the right things. A lot of people don't understand. They focus on the same thing every single day. Their mind stays on the same thoughts that they had yesterday, the same thoughts that they had a week ago, the same thoughts that they had a month ago, a year ago. And they wonder why their life continues to stay the same. So I'm telling you, you are so focused on just a different reality, a different life. Don't give up, because that is the life that you're creating right now. That's why you're coming across all the signs. That's why you're seeing all the synchronicities. The universe is showing you alignment. The universe is showing you growth. The universe is showing you preparation. The universe is just showing you that you are headed in that direction, that things are manifesting. Things are about to unfold. Okay? Now, your biggest blessing doesn't always look like a blessing at first, okay? The same feelings keep returning no matter how much you try to ignore it. They just keep coming back. Some questions don't disappear until you face them head on. Some ideas will never disappear until you actually take inspired action, okay? Some paths are always going to keep on showing up until you actually walk down that path, okay? Right now, it's time to trust. It's time to step out of your comfort zone right now and do something that you have never, ever done before. Something that you may have fear of doing. Because I'm telling you, when it comes to fear, fear is one of those things that's disguised as logic. Your logical mind is going to try to tell you, right now is not the right time. You don't have the right stuff. Okay. You have to wait till this time. You have to wait till this perfect moment. That's fear. That's all that is. Okay. That's fear, and that's resistance. All right. Now, your biggest blessing, it doesn't always look like a blessing at first. You feel like life is quietly rearranging itself around you. You can feel it, can't you? I'm telling you, small changes can add up before you notice the bigger picture. And that's momentum building, okay? That is just small changes compiling up on each other. And one day you're going to see all of these small changes. It's going to be like just something big, okay? It's like taking a snowball, all right, at the top of a hill and rolling it downhill and watch the momentum build, watch it get bigger and bigger. That's your blessing. That's the opportunities that's about to happen in your life, okay? It's going to be big, all right? Now, your biggest blessing doesn't always look like a blessing at first, okay? You're becoming uncomfortable with pretending. You're becoming uncomfortable with you're pretending that everything is fine. That's what I'm trying to say. You're becoming uncomfortable with pretending that everything is fine, okay? Honesty with yourself is often where the change begins, and you have to be honest with yourself. You can't pretend that everything's fine. You can't pretend that everything is just, peaches and cream right now. You have to face it head on. You have to say, you know what? It's not fine right now. Maybe I got these habits or these distractions that I'm holding on to. Maybe I'm hanging around the wrong people. Maybe I'm doing something over and over again. You have to face the truth. You have to be honest with yourself. Okay, because once you do that, then you start to become more aware of the things that's holding you back, and you start to move forward. Okay, those are obstacles. Those are tests that you also have to get over. You have to get past those tests. All right. Now, your biggest blessing doesn't always look like a blessing at first. You no longer want what you used to pray for. Okay. This is what I'm trying to say, okay? Sometimes your goals, they evolve as you do. If you had a goal about certain things, you used to pray, oh God, I want this, I want that. Now it's like you're not asking God for things anymore. You're not asking the universe, can I get this or get that? Because your priorities have changed, okay? You have become a different version of yourself, okay? I'm telling you, as you go and as you grow, certain things that you used to want, you don't want those things anymore. And when it comes to praying, for me, I don't particularly ask, okay? I just keep my mind and I stay focused on what I desire to have, all right? And things will start to align in my life. You'll start to, room will start getting made in your life, okay? And for an example, you can ask somebody, hey man, you need to start making content. And the first thing a person's gonna look for, do I have the time? Okay, and all of a sudden they're probably making an excuse to say, I don't have time to do that. I'm working 2 jobs. I'm doing this. But once you focus on something and you say, you know what, this is what I want to do, all of a sudden reality will start rearranging itself around you. And all of a sudden you'll have time to do that. All of a sudden you have time to go to the gym if you want to start getting healthy. Time will start to reveal itself once you stay focused on what you truly, truly desire. Okay. Now, your biggest blessing, it doesn't always look like a blessing at first. You keep feeling like something is being prepared that you can't see yet, don't you? You feel like this, don't you? The future, it often unfolds one step at a time. It doesn't happen all together. It doesn't happen just boom with all the fireworks. It happens over time. Okay. Like I said before, reality will start to adjust around you. Okay. Now, your biggest blessing, it doesn't always look like a blessing at first. You're losing the need to convince people to understand you. You don't mind feeling or being misunderstood, do you? Your confidence becomes less dependent on agreement. That's what this means. Okay. You're trusting in yourself. You're just trusting that you're making the right moves, right? I'm telling you. Now, your biggest blessing, it doesn't always look like a blessing at first. You feel more connected to possibility than certainty right now. You don't need to be certain anymore. That's because growth often starts before all the answers appear. Okay. And your confidence is growing. You're growing. Okay. You're becoming this version of yourself that you see in your imagination that you desire to be. I'm telling you, that's another example of reality rearranging itself around what you desire to have. Okay. Now, your biggest blessing doesn't always look like a blessing at first. You suddenly notice how much time you have been wasting, don't you? You can look back and say, why am I wasting time? And you catch yourself being distracted. Okay. You catch yourself just being around the wrong people, the wrong places that actually is taking you away from what you actually should be doing right now. Okay. That's because your awareness can be the first step to change everything. Once you're aware of wasted time and you realize that time is your first currency, then you start to value time more. You start to do things in this present moment that's actually going to create the life that you desire. Okay. Now I'm telling you, these are some of the things that reveals that your biggest blessing doesn't always look like a blessing at first. Things are moving behind the scene. Things are working right now. Even if you can't see it, trust and believe me, it's growing. If you ask the universe for whatever it is, the universe is thinking of every way to make this happen for you. Okay. At the same time, keeping you safe. At the same time, preparing you, getting you ready, shaping you, molding you, helping you become the version of yourself that can handle the blessing, that can sustain the blessing. Okay. I'm telling you. Things are working. Things are working. All right. Now, your biggest blessing doesn't always look like a blessing at first. All right. Now, thank you so much for tuning into Millionaire Mindset, where everything happens in divine time by divine design. But you are the divine design. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment on this video. Okay. And hype this video up. Until the next video, Millionaire Mindset signing off.